However, this one is divided into two parts, but I'll be reading verse 13, you'll 14, and then I will say we'll skip on down to verse 19 and we'll continue. Okay, Matthew 2, 13 and 14, then 19 through 23. Now after they had left, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream and said, "Get up, take the child and his mother, and flee to Egypt, and remain there until I tell you, for Herod is about to search for the child to destroy him."
Then Joseph got up, took the child and his mother by night, and went to Egypt.
Skipping down to 19. When Herod died, an angel of the Lord suddenly appeared in a dream to Joseph in Egypt and said,
Get up, take the child and his mother, and go to the land of Israel, for those who are seeking the child's life are dead.
Then Joseph got up, took the child and his mother, and went to the land of Israel.
But when he heard that Archelaus was ruling over Judea in place of his father Herod, he was afraid to go there. And after being warned in a dream, he went away to the district of Galilee.
There he made his home in a town called Nazareth, so that when he had spoken through the prophets might be fulfilled, he would be called a Nazarene. Let us pray. Lord, we just want to learn from Joseph this morning. More importantly, learn from you. Life would be so grand if it was simple and easy to follow. But it isn't. Help us to stay the course, to press on, even when things just don't work. In Christ's name, amen. If we want to talk about a Christmas rush, I think Joseph would understand. I know we have only less than 40 hours left before the last of the shopping hours, before Christmas arrives. And for men, that's still getting about another, 35 to wait. But Joseph had the most precious package, and he had to make sure it got there by Christmas. Actually, wherever he got it, it would have been Christmas. But throughout Joseph's journey, he was bombarded by things that just would cause doubt and concern. What do I mean by this? Well, let's just take a look closely at what Joseph was going through. He was engaged to a young woman whom he was looking forward to marry. Life planned out. He was going to be a carpenter, have her by his side, and live a life according to the Torah, the Old Testament. Following the laws that Abraham and Moses had laid out. Things were going well, and the Lord seemed to be blessing them. A few months before they get married, his fiancée Mary goes, visits a cousin, and comes back pregnant. Okay, this isn't my child, Joseph is saying to himself. She says she hasn't been with some other man, and she says an angel told her that is the Son of God. Yeah. I love this woman, but I cannot. I'm going to privately divorce her because if I make a spectacle, she could be stoned, and I do not want that to happen to her. Then he receives a vision. No, what Mary told you is correct. That is the Son of God. You are to marry Mary. And he will be the Savior, to save the people from his sins. Okay, that's a sigh of relief, but Mary did not betray him, sleep around him. But now he's going to help rear the Son of God. Big responsibility. This is not just a child, which for a first-time parent is anxiety enough, but this is the Son of the Most High. And I'm a mere carpenter. How am I going to do that? And now she is about due, and the Roman government wants to do a census. So I have to take my pregnant wife all the way down to Bethlehem safely so that we can be census and taxed. While there, I can't find a place, and my wife is about due. What am I going to do? The Son of God's coming, and there's no place to put him. The only place available is a stable. Is this really where I'm supposed to bring the Son of God? In a manger. And we know that's not the most pleasant of smelling places. Then some time elapsed. Still living in Bethlehem. The child is now maybe one, a little bit younger than two. Some visitors come from foreign lands, presenting magnificent gifts to my son. Great, great. But that night, I am told to take my child and flee because Herod is coming to kill the Son of God. What? If you're going to send your son, why is this happening? And how am I, a carpenter, going to stop Herod? I'll do what you say, I'll go to Egypt. A few years later, when Herod's dead, God says, okay, go back, but don't go back to Bethlehem. Because Herod's son is there, and he will probably do the same thing as his father. So they go to Nazareth. Joseph has been following the Lord's plan all along, but he is hitting pothole after pothole, and just like circumstances keep coming at him rough and hard. But he keeps pushing on. He keeps going. I know for myself, I would sit down on the street corner and just cry. What, Lord? I thought this is what you wanted. I had my doubts at the beginning, but now I'm being pursued. And I don't know how to raise this boy. If this is what you want, shouldn't it be a smooth road? An easy one, because you want the best for your son. But you're not helping me out here. Joseph or myself would be crying out. But that's the problem, at least for me. I don't know exactly what internal dialogue Joseph was going with the Lord. The scripture leaves that out. But I can only imagine, like I said myself, in that scenario. And it shows my lack of faith. Or my faith in the wrong situation. Because we have a tendency to think we have faith in God and that He will see us through. And as long as we are perfect. No. God needs, first of all, chisel things off of us, to refine us, and to make things right. So that means there's going to be some times of nudging to make things right. He never said it was going to be a smooth path. He even has the psalmist tells us in that psalm, which we often repeat, Psalm 23, He will lead us through the valley of the shadow of death. He doesn't say around or over, but through. So there will be hard times, even when we are in God's will. But the problem is what we do during that. Because a lot of times, we got our faith in the wrong thing. If I had invited Marilyn down here, and I had put a cup upon my head, and asked her with some rolled up socks to try to knock it off my head, yeah, first of all, I wouldn't trust her, else she put rocks and stones in it. But no, I would feel confident enough. Yeah, go ahead and do it, Marilyn. But if all of a sudden I traded her that up and said, okay, Marilyn, now knock it off with baseballs. What has changed? The circumstances. And my view of those circumstances. Marilyn, who is playing the part of God, aim is always true, never missing, steady. The situation in which I am is the same. But when it was only socks coming at me, I felt comfortable. Because it was something I believed I could handle. But when it's those baseballs, or bigger bricks, cannonballs, whatever you want to name, being thrown, I can't handle it. We lose faith and we run. Because we're trusting in ourselves, not trusting in the God who put us in that situation. Yes, it may seem like, God, you are missing the cup. But like I said, there may be something which we're holding on to, but Jesus says, let go. So I'm going to keep hitting that arm until you let go of it. Do we have that faith of Joseph? We see what the doubt of Zechariah caused. It caused him to go months without speaking, but was able to praise the Lord afterwards. We see just the vulnerability and openness of Mary and her faith to this vision. And just saying, Lord, I'm your humble servant. But when it comes to Joseph, it's time to say he's sometimes a minor character in nativity. But he has it important to say. He says, keep believing and keep doing what God has said. Being obedient. Keeping your faith on the Creator and not the circumstances. He could have simply said, I didn't sign up for this, God. I could have loved that woman and gone on with my life as is, just building tables and chairs and having a good old time. No, you told me to marry this woman who's with a child who's not my own, and you said it was your son, and now I'm being pursued from country to country. I didn't sign up for this, and now you want me to raise him too. How can a carpenter raise the Son of God? God didn't give him an answer. He just said simply believe. And do the best you can day by day. Keep pushing on. Don't let the circumstances overwhelm you. Because while what we think are bricks are coming to us, when we are standing in the presence of God and in His will, and have His shield of faith and helmet of salvation, they're merely pebbles bouncing off the armor, except chiseling off those pieces which we don't need. We've got to have a right view of what's coming at us, but more importantly, a right view of who we are having our faith in. Are we having our faith in ourselves? Or are we having faith in God? Because if we're having faith in ourselves, let's cancel Christmas. There's no reason for it. There's no reason for joy. There's no reason for hope. Because we're doomed. But if you believe in the one who's going to see you through, when He tells you He's going to be there for you, you will have that faith, hope, love, and joy. Why? Because you have the Christ candle, who we will be talking about on Christmas Eve. He is what keeps us going. He will see you through, no matter what comes. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the road to following God is not easy. There are preachers out there who preach that if you follow God in all His ways, He will bless you beyond measure. As long as you do A, you will get B. C, you get D. God doesn't promise that. He wants a relationship. He doesn't want people who just are looking for their wishes granted. He wants to know you. He wants to know that you can trust Him. Are you willing to trust Him? Are you willing to follow Him, no come what may? Because when you do, you will find there's a brighter kingdom and glory for you on the other side. But if you give up, you will still be in Nazareth putting together tables and chairs. Now, if you carpenters out there, I'm not mocking your trade, okay? But God has something greater. He has in mind for you building thrones, not mere tables and chairs. He actually has in mind you sitting on thrones. Are you ready to walk that life? No matter come what may, because you know what God has told you and are pursuing it. I pray that you are. Because in that way, again, you will have your peace, hope, love, and joy. Because you have Jesus Christ. Let us stand and sing our closing song.